Alright, so I got a box of 24 canister shells, 4 tubes. What am I going to do with my tubes? Well, let's take a look. Hi, welcome back. For this episode, I'm doing a 4-piece standard Roman candle. That's coming up later. Standard 4-piece poor man's rack. As you can tell, I've got a 2 and a 3-piece already built. So I've got my box of canister shells or artillery shells. Came with my 4 fiberglass or HDPE tubes. So instead of just laying them on the ground, I'm going to build this nice little rack. And again, when you're building these racks, it's purely up to you if you want to go and screw in the tubes or if you don't. So I got my wood glue here, got my stain for touch-up. Again, we used to have a golden oak on this one, and I'll follow up with reasons why later in other videos. But of course, my nail gun, 18 gauge, 1 1¼ inch brad nails. Just realized I have those tubes backwards. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the 3-piece off. Oh, so knock the tripod for the other camera. I'll move over here to the 4-piece. Get this set back up. Okay, so again, this is a 4-piece, and of course I've pre-stained, but I'm just going to kind of show you, I left some other pieces that were unstained, just to kind of show you the difference on why. Okay, so I got my base, and why I pre-stain all the boards first, and it's all a time thing. I can stain more at one, but of course that's unfinished, so to speak. Put up that there and get those out of the way, and let's start building our base. Of course, doing a dry run just to make sure that, see, now as you can tell, this is why you do a dry run, because those are the wrong pieces. So there you go. So that way you're not wasting wood, and you can make sure that things are nice and organized. Okay. So there's you again have a little bit of a 1-inch overhang on each side. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's just kind of move everything back. Again, get our dab of our wood glue. So again, whenever you've got a set of tubes, you want to make sure that you're finding the tube with the larger base. And again, you can use these with those ball shell cardboard or HDPE, or you can use it with the fiberglass tubes. So like I said in all those product unboxing videos, hold on to your tubes. Because you bought the, touch up this here. You bought the artillery shells. It came with the tubes, so you spent good money on that. So instead of just throwing them away, you can fashion these tubes, and you can add some really creative pieces to your show. And I'll show you a couple of those ideas or concepts later, which will explain why I'm staining in 2 different colors. And I'll probably do other ones just so it makes it a lot easier to identify, where I'm putting it in putting these racks in my show. Now, one thing, and this is the funny thing, the first thing is when I'm using a nail gun, you do have to be careful to make sure that you're lined up straight. On that, what I was just looking at, actually came at a little bit of an angle, and it kind of came through the bottom. So, which is okay, it's not going to hurt anything. I just put in another nail And then eventually I'll just take some snippers and I'll snip that piece off. Alright, a waste of a nail. But as you can tell, this is why you always turn. I always turn it so I have everything back to me instead of trying to reach across. I can line it up. But you do have to kind of know where the board you're nailing it into. So that's why you don't rush projects like these. You take your time. As my father used to say, if you do it right the first time. You don't have to go back and do it again. And as these are getting a little bit longer, I'll put 2 more in there. Okay. Okay, so now I've got the side piece. Let's go ahead and so I can see how they line up. I've got about 1 inch on each side. Now, I'll kind of show you. You can't really see very well once I get back into the angle. So I'm kind of do this on the side. And I'm kind of going to demonstrate to why I always stand it up when I'm doing the when I'm using the nail gun. Okay. And now you see a perfect reason why I wear gloves too. Keep my hands. Okay. So, if you try to do it on the side, and I'm just going to go ahead and stand this one up, you're going to end up with I wouldn't say inability, but it makes it harder to get all the corners leveled. Okay. I'm just going to go and get this one going in here. So I'm just kind of checking it. So I've got that side. So again, trying to do this, flat. Yeah, I just find it's easier and faster just to stand it up on end. And one of the things you're going to see here on this one in there. So on this one, much like on the bottom, I was trying to put it in on the side like this, and I actually came in through the side. So I had a couple more pieces I had to snip off later on after I, of course I stained and snipped off the ends. So when you try to do it this way, it's easy to not have your nails lined up. I'm looking at it. I'm going to get this corrected. Get a couple more nails in here. Okay. And I just broke off a piece of my little table. So the great thing is about these, this is the board I'm using as a table. Just a little chunk. But this happens to be the same board that I use to build the racks. So if I get stain on it, guess what? I don't have to worry about it because I'm going to stain the whole board anyways for the base. Okay. So as you can see, now I'm going to go and just kind of move that over there. I'm just going to finish building it, but you can see all the additional pieces I have to touch up. Little side pieces added. Then include the bottom. Dry run everything so I know exactly which side because I've built a board, built one that I didn't put the glue on the right side. So okay, so I'll put that one signed up here. So as you can tell on a previous video, and I'll show you again on this one, this is why I'll put 4 nails on the side. And I got 2 on the end. And let's go over here and flip over here and let's do this side. The same thing. So I always kind of line it up first so I can kind of touch up and clean up. Oh, my arm's in the way, sorry about that. Kind of touch up and any additional glue pieces. And then I'm going to put 4 on the side. And I'll just get 2 over here on this side. On my gloves and on my hands. And then this is for this one I'm just going to kind of lay it down again. This is my fuse channel piece. Just going to make sure it's cut right, flush, dry on everything. Now, so the previous one I put it right on the board. This one I'm going to go ahead and put it right on the extension piece. Square it up a little bit. This is also where you gotta be really careful when especially when you're using a nail gun. You come through an angle, you can easily pierce your finger. Nail guns this one's operating at about 100 psi. So that's why you probably hear the nail gun go off in some of these videos, or not the nail gun, but the air compressor. Okay, so I've got that side. Let's go ahead and let's get finish this up. Go. And we've got a 4-piece completed. Now it's got to do some touch up with the stain. As you tell. So again, this is great. You've got a box of artillery shells, and now you've got a 4-piece rack to use all 4 of your tubes. And that little prep and preparation, you can kind of pre-fuse them. And then when I first built the set that you see that's already built there, I went through and I stained each individual one after I built it. And you can see just the additional time it takes just to stain it, where again you can stain multiple boards at one time. And then all you have to do is do the touch-up. And you don't have to worry about the stain job being perfect or glue marks showing, because again, this is, you can be shooting off your fireworks at night, but this is something that your friends and family may want to again take a look at. Hey, what's a fireworks show going to look like? You're going to take them out there and show off your work and your hard work. And you're going to see nice, nice clean racks. And the great thing about these are you can put these anywhere in your show. And we'll kind of go through some of that in other videos, as well as laying out your show. And if you haven't checked out the manual firing show template, check that out. Like and subscribe to our channel because we got some more ideas on that for you. Again, this is all to help you put on a semi-professional looking show, but not having the professional cost to it. With some time and effort and a little preparation. Okay. So I'm just going to finish up the touches on this side. And as you can tell, it just takes a lot longer to stain all the other board, stain all at one time once you have the rack completed. So just kind of give you an idea of, you get your boards, stain them first, let them dry. So like what I would do is on a Saturday, I'll go to a local store, pick up 6 or 7 boards, come home, stain them all. By Sunday, the stain's dry, good enough to start building. Okay, I'll finish up and get the inside of this as well. Side over here and the tops. So you can imagine it takes a lot longer to stain each individual piece once you have it built. So again, glue marks and imperfections in the wood, stuff like that, give it a unique, one-of-a-kind type look. Up and make sure I'm not put this top piece up here. And this side piece. Again, it doesn't take a lot of stain to really touch up. I think I'll put my lid back on the stain here real quick. Okay, there we go. Just built a 4-piece standard poor man's rack. Okay, again, I just set it down on there and just test it. And usually I test it before. I just want to kind of show you how long it took to stain it. So just test to make sure that all the tubes fit properly, which they do. Boom. Okay, so there's 4 tubes from 1 box of artillery shells. So, okay, so kind of move over here, get this out of the way, get that out to dry. As you can see, some staining up on the board. That's okay because that's my base, and that's why I use my base as I'm building these, so I can just restain over the top of it. And then, like I showed you in a previous video, one of the great things about this, again, you can screw down the tubes if you want to. I'm not screwing them down. I'd rather just store the tubes in a tote. Okay, and you don't have to wrap them, or I just wrap them because I like uniform look. And I want to see all the different manufacturers, the different tubes. It just, to me, looks a lot better when they're all kind of uniform. But there's a 4-piece, there's a 3-piece, and there's the 2-piece. So as you can tell, all these stack nice and neat. Okay. So it's going to allow me to store the racks, not take up a lot of room. Easier to take out to the site and lay them out the way I want to. So right there I've got what? 4, 3, 7, so there's 9 shots right there. So again, I thank you for watching this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, please do so. Check out our other playlist on some unboxing of different products so you can see where the tubes came from, as well as some other instructional how-to videos. And again, I thank you for watching.